Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome to my channel, Deb Chanel's 48th World. We're going to be talking about none other than the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 10. All aboard the Shady Express, Episode 6. Yep, I tell you. Ooh, I don't know what we need. I guess we need to take a shot of alcohol or some wine and get us into a false sense of gigglies or whatever, because they weren't giving it to me this episode. They wasn't. I thought Cynthia was gonna stand and have a backbone, but as it turned out, that was false. That was a false sense of hope that she had grew a backbone on us, but it is still what it is. We don't really have no real players in here, except for Nene. She's definitely doing her job, stirring up trouble. Woo, I see replacements. I need somebody to be benched. Woo, in the football game or the basketball game, the team is just not acting right. We're going back too much in past episodes, okay? But that's really how it started off this season. Season 10, episode 6, we go back to where both of them was pretty much, meaning Nene and Porsha, still fussing about who was trying to get her off of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nene saying she didn't. We all know who are avid watchers of the show what really went down, what was really said. But doggone it, Porsha, you're still on the show. Okay, technically, and we had through some flags in those plays from last season. You're supposed to be going right along with Miss Phaedra, okay? But looking in deeper at the situation, we know you ain't got it all there. The cookies are not functioning. They're not all baked. So you were just going on what a friend of yours, very good friend, a legal friend of yours, was actually telling you, okay? And you were trying to keep her out of the situation, but when the stuff started to boil over, you had to give up her name. So she was the mastermind behind everything, but it just blew up in her face. So, of course, they had to really get rid of her. Nobody wanted to tape with her. So that means she had no essence for the show. But, Porsha, it seems like you're not going to have any essence for the show because you can't give us anything. And no one really wants to film with you other than your family members. You see where I'm going with this? Everybody pretty much don't have a choice to film with Nene. You know what I'm saying? Because she keeps the feces rolling, okay? And Sheree, she could pop in between everybody because she's playing the bone collector, dishing dirt. Kenya, she ain't twirling herself out of here no time soon. Whether her husband, her fake husband, however you want to view it, comes on the show or not. I don't know what she have on the show, but they still got a lock, barrel, and stock, okay? So, and Candy, we really don't know why she's still here. She's really not bringing anything other than recapping off on other people's misfortunes or whatever. But other than that, she ain't really bringing that either. Unless she's introducing the old lady gang. And I know I like to get my kikis off Miss Bertha. My mama Joyce I'm kind of over with, but Miss Bertha, she can go on here and there, and I love the way she come off on people, so I ain't got nothing wrong with it. But like I said, that's not a storyline going on for Porsha, really, or Candy, not really. And we've been trying to get rid of Cynthia. And her new boo, from what I'm seeing of next episode coming up, he dating somebody else too. He's really into her. So I'm like, have you took a play card from Kenya to kind of dupe us to thinking you got somebody? Just cause Peter got somebody in North Carolina, probably several somebody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Lord, it just keep going on and getting nowhere. Okay, but let me go back on into that first scene. We have the women are still divided on talking about who's to blame for who's trying to get somebody fired, this, that, and third. The women split up. They go into their bedrooms or their hotel rooms. Everybody's with Nene, and the only person that's talking to Porsha about the situation is Sheree. Go figure that one out, okay? Then we got Nene tells the women that Porsha needs to be punished. She needs to have accountability to what she did to Candy. Now Nene's over in Candy's side, trying to be an advocate. Now, Nene, you weren't even on the show then. You weren't sitting down there listening to anything because you weren't a part of it. So, Nene, don't take up a cause. It's already been settled. Okay? Done, over with. It's already been satisfied. Phaedra's no longer here. And she shouldn't, because nobody wanted to take with her. And I'm probably sure you wouldn't want to take with her unless you were trying to belittle her a little bit more. So it's a dead issue. So just fight the battles with what you did say you wanted freaking Frat gone. At that time, we had named Porsha and Phaedra freaking Frat. So you basically said you wanted her gone. All right. That was the whole catalyst to the whole thing. Not that Nene can have that much a pull of a story. And I'm sure lawyers on both sides weighed the consequences of how much Porsha had her involvement of it. She was being duped too. She calls herself a grown full-fledged woman, but upstairs it's not connecting as so. She has a body of a full-fledged woman, but the brains are still, we're out on that decision. Okay, so we're gonna keep it moving. Then we have the next day. The women are splitting up because they're in San Francisco trying to get their little sightseeing on, and Sheree don't really know how to put which woman with which woman because we don't want to have an argument going on. So pretty much they split up. Some of them go to Chinatown. The rest of them goes to Fisherman's Cove or somewhere where Alcatraz, the prison, Alcatraz, where they had the hardened criminals set off. In San Francisco, the ruthless criminals, about like in the 20s and stuff like that, 20s and 30s. But anyway, 1920s or 30s. And the most of the women went there, and Marlo and Sheree and Porsha, they went to Chinatown. They didn't have too much of a good time because it didn't look like it was giving me anything that I would want to go and partake of. Okay, I would have wanted to be on the one with the Alcatraz thing. I wanted to have go over there and see it. But it is what it is. They pretty much took pictures. Don't know if they actually got a chance to go visit it or not. Okay, and then somehow Marlo get this grand idea to throw Kenya a wedding. Okay, since any of them weren't privy to come to her wedding, they just decided to just throw their own for her and make up a man, an invisible man, but they got a cardboard man without a face to serve as Kenya's husband, which is Mark Haley. I thought it was kind of cute, but wasn't necessary. You know what I'm saying? But they were putting pieces in to make a storyline, which, like I said, Kenya did not invite none of y'all helpers, okay, to her wedding. Heck, she didn't invite her mama and her daddy. So that just shows how little respect she gave everybody, okay? It was about her and whatever she was doing to make this marriage happen, okay? And Mark, of course. And she didn't want nobody there. If she didn't want her own daddy there, why would she want you there? Okay, so you shouldn't have felt no ways tired or no way offended because the daddy that got the sperm, that got the egg, that got her into the world, didn't get a chance to see his one and only daughter get married. That's a more slap in the face that would sting through eternity than what she didn't invite Cynthia because Cynthia was supposed to be her ace boon coon. No, evidently not. Okay. So we move on from there. Marlo calls Nene to tell her what she's doing, but she's telling her don't tell Cynthia, or Nene don't want to tell Cynthia. She just want both of them to be surprised at the same time, since she's jumping on Kenya's train again. And of course, yeah, Nene's a little upset about that because she want everybody on her choo-choo train. But I'm like, Nene, you have nothing to be threatened for, or should be siding against Cynthia because some people want to hang out with her or whatnot. That's not going to be too long of a situation to be dealt with, okay? Because Cynthia just don't have it like that, okay? You don't have people rooting for her. Okay, we don't really rooting for her demise either, but no. You can't chat her up with Cynthia because she'll either cry, go act crazy, or do something stupid. You put her on Portia's train, all right? Then we got, let me see. Yeah, we covered that. Yeah, we covered that. Okay, then we got the girls are decorating. They're back at the hotel, getting ready for the wedding, and Marlo addresses Candy because Candy's trying to tell her, "Oh, you really got her husband to come?" She gonna ask her 1,001 questions, but I'm like, Candy, stop being stupid. Mark is nowhere in the field, in the area of being presented to you all tonight in the form of a wedding. Marlo was just kidding. When she saw Marlo go for the cardboard box man, then she knew she was pretty much duped. Okay, Candy, you seem like you got duped twice on the situation. I'm gonna really need you to sit yourself down somewhere. Just be seen, not heard, okay? Until somebody speaks to you and they want a response back. All right, other than that, be cute and hush. Okay, sit down and hush. Then we got Cynthia brings Kenya down, and of course they don't neither one of them know what's going on. And when Cynthia opens the door to the conference room, they holler surprise, and of course Kenya go right on in. She's been a very good sport at it. That's why I kind of like Kenya. She can dish as well as she can take, and it just is what it is. She thought it was very comical because she still got the last laugh. No, no, no. Neither one of them have met him physically in person. With them both being right there. Okay, it's just too much. I can't. Okay, but anyway, Kenya pulled that off. 1.5 for Kenya. The rest of them are 0. Then we got Porsha pulls Candy aside after the ceremony's over with, and I must say Candy was being singing very flat on her little "Here Comes the Bride" or whatever they call it down the aisle. I wish she wouldn't even open her mouth. Just let her be pretty, sit down, and just don't let her say anything. And definitely don't let her sing, okay? But anyway, after the ceremonies, I'm not Candy. Porsha goes to Candy, try to rectify the situation between them two, thinking a friendship is going to spark. No, it's dead, buried, and sealed up, honey. Move on. Candy is not your friend, and she's never going to be your friend in the future. She may kind of try to hang around you when the other ladies are around and be cordial, where she's not saying anything, but pretty much you don't really want her around because how she treated you the rest of this episode was just poor piss nasty. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like if you can't say something nice about a person, just don't say nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Can't hold on to grudges. And she just, I don't know. I don't know what to say. That's why I can't really spend too much time on her because I'm not liking her stank attitude. I mean, what if Riley go through life like this? I mean, come on. Forgive. You say you're a Christian person. Forgive and move on. If you don't want to be bothered with her, just get off the show, Candy. Okay? Make your life a little bit more pleasurable. Do you. You say you're going on Broadway, opening up new doors for you. You don't need new Real Housewives of Atlanta no more. Okay? Especially if you got to put somebody down all the time. The girl just be coming at you. No. You can't erase what she did, but you got to think what kind of mentality Porsha is on. She's not on a grown folk mentality. She still have a lot of growing to do. Been sheltered. I'm guessing. I'm giving her that point of being sheltered and not knowing everything that's out there, how people will deceive you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she never crossed those bridges, but now she has, and she's dealing with it in the way that she can most comfortably deal with it. Okay, maybe her mother never put her in a situation or had her be in a situation where she could pretty much tell her, oh, this is how you handle this situation. When somebody's trying to tell you to do this, don't do it, do that. Maybe she wasn't afforded that type of raising. I don't know. But I'm like, Candy, for you to knock this woman down just several inches and bury her and then, dig her back up and then bury her a few more feet more than what you did before. Hey, that's too much. That's childish. You're gonna be the bigger person and treat her like a female, a woman to woman situation. Okay, a woman to child situation. However you want to look at Porsha, you know what I'm saying? But just give up the ghost. Okay, stop it. Okay, just let it go. You got Phaedra off the show, which she definitely needed to be off the show. But oh, how can we say Portia was a pigeon carrying a message? Should she have let you know ahead of time while y'all were taping and probably putting it in the episode or two? Yeah, then y'all could have broke her down, me and Phaedra, together. And then oust her off the show. But, hey, it just is what it is, honey. It is what it is. But that darn Candy, she gives me a headache. But we're going to move on. Okay? Because again, Portia apologized. You know, Candy like, okay, yeah, whatever. Brushed her off and they moved on. You know what I'm saying? Then we got the women. They take a ride, a train that takes them to a vineyard, and they're on like this little like adventure type train where you're just riding up the coast and you get to see the beautiful hillsides and the countryside and stuff like that. And you have actually have, a place to eat and entertain yourself and look at the beautiful sight as you're moving along. As they are traveling to the vineyard, they're going to be going to taste wine, stomp grapes, and all this kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Be treated like special women that they are. Okay. So they go on, and pretty much Candy is sitting at a table with Portia and Kenya. Not of Portia's likes or Kenya's like. She just didn't get on the train quick enough to be seated with Cynthia and Marlo and Nene. Okay, so that's basically how that went. And then, Kenya, Marlo and what do you call it? Marlo and it was Marlo, Sheree, and Cynthia and Nene on one table. Then the other three women, which was Portia, Kenya, and Candy on the next seat train, waiting to get to that vineyard. And they had to travel with each other. Of course, they had to be cordial, or they can just sit there and be kids and either sleep the rest of the way or eat the rest of the way. But it would be very non-adultish to, do that type of situation where you're not gonna talk to somebody just because you don't feel like it. I mean, like you had no headphones to listen to no music or whatever. But it is what it is. So the women got through it, and so as they were still riding down there to the vineyard, Nene and Marla want to be nosy. They want to pretty much call Candy over, and they slide over so she have a little room so she could tell them what was taking place between the little private conversation that Portia and her had. And of course, she gonna shade her and be talking about like she wanted to say this, that, third. I like that. Like, I'm like, oh my goodness. And of course, all the ladies had their little kiki. And Cynthia was like, well, okay, you're not at that point of forgiving. Now, if the Lord can forgive us for our many, many transgressions against Him and our morality, then yeah, Candy can forgive Portia right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? If somebody died for your sins, didn't even really know you, and wiped your slate clean. You mean to tell me without dying for somebody, you can't forgive somebody? I'm like, girl, I can't, I won't, and I don't with Candy Burrs. Okay, so we just gotta move on from there. Um, and then, but sit there all the time. It's your time. You take your time. Like, okay, time gonna run out. You're gonna miss that heavenly scenery that is promised to all believers. Okay, why you holding on to grudges and not forgiving folks fully? Okay, and forgetting their transgressions against you. But moving on from there, then you got Kenya and Portia over there talking. I'm like, oh, see, that's why I say you have to give Portia a pass because she just don't have it upstairs. Why would you go and tell a conversation to someone that cares less about you? Have told everybody in the world they don't care nothing for you. But she didn't do nothing but belittle you in the few seconds that you gave a chance for a conversation to happen. She just raked you over the coals real quick, fast, in a hurry, told you where you were wrong, and she pretty much ended the conversation and was ready to have dessert. So Portia, I blame you on that one. Okay. So then after all of that has transpired, they finally get to the vineyard and they meet this handsome Caucasian man and he's flirting with them. And it's just, a whole hunky dory good time. And then I guess he got a little too flirtatious. Nene wasn't feeling him at all, but I don't think Nene liked white men, period, because she was trying to date a white man in New York who wanted to do a lot for her. She seemed like she was scared of him, really. He's kind of white and Italian or something to that sort. And of course, Candy, like she was dressed in white and stuff. She wasn't trying to hear nothing about getting her feet wet or licked off or, I'm like, girl, what's your cycle on? But like I said, I'm moving off Candy. We already know how Nene feel, but the rest of the women getting all into it. Honey Marlo was grabbing a man grapes like she was trying to get him. You know what I'm saying? Woo, that extra stuff you do in the bedroom for the men. Okay, that's all I'm gonna go with it. That's all I'm gonna go with it. But she put them grapes. a big old wad in her mouth, just took it like a commanding soldier, honey. I was like, okay, Marlo, all righty then. And she was still trying to flirt with the man, even though the man had went on and said, because he must have saw the women trying to get back at him, that he was married. I'm like, honey. Oh, I was surprised Porsha said, oh, you can go on about your bed and you don't need to flirt no more. I'm like, oh, okay, so you learned a little something. Stay away from married men. Okay, but Marlo, she was still on it, like doggone it. Okay, and I was like, okay, Marlo, don't agree with it because the man told you mad, but you still forging ahead. But, hey, it is what it is. It's your fate, not mine. So basically, they gonna do what they gotta do. They slishing and sliding. Only person that's in the wine grape was Cynthia, crushing them and trying to make the juices for the wine. And well, Cynthia, Portia, and Marlo. The rest of the women. I think Sheree was in there, was she? Can't really recall her being in there, but okay, it is what it is. But I know Candy and Nene was not in there. That's not something they wanted to enjoy doing. Okay. So then we leave that situation. I guess the women get all cleaned up and whatever. And they're asked to come back for dinner and to taste all the wine. They end up getting a chance to taste John Legend's wine that him and the winemaker had been working on. They enjoyed it. Nene made a little shade on John Legend about how much she ain't finna do no licking on nobody to get no wine. She didn't care how much the wine was. No pun intended, but she had to get that little joke in there. Was it tasteful? No, but she did it anyway. Was it good drama? Yeah, it made me chuckle, but it just is what it is. Okay, and then of course Kenya had left earlier that day after the stomping on the wine grapes and this, that, and third. 'Cause she had to go back. She had to do some what do you call it, burial or finishing up on some burial arrangements for her so-called grandmother versus and mother impacted in all of that in one. So she enjoyed her event. She think the ladies are in her corner. No, they're in her corner right now because they're giving her sympathy, but they're gonna be on her behind. So she get back. It always happens that way. She can't expect it. She can adapt to it when it does happen. I ain't got no problems with her conforming to the status quo. We move on from there, and then we got the women. All of them are having, light dinner, more wine being poured and shared, and somehow, Marlo goes and brings up the conversation. What do y'all really think about Kenya? Kenya's marriage? Let's talk about it. Let's play a game, okay? Oh, Miss Cynthia just gets so upset. She storms out of the area where the women are and at the table because she don't want nobody talking about her friend. I'm like, girl, how elementary? How elementary are you? You're 50 years old. You just had a celebration on the show. And you're going to run out because somebody, not you, but somebody else is talking about her. Oh, bet you had to say when they came to you about what your opinion. You could have shut them down and said, hey, I like her. I don't care if she married, she's not married. Hey, I'm going with the status quo. She married. Congratulate her, be around her, be there for her. I ain't got no part of this conversation. Anything else you want to talk about? That's all she could have said. And then she got Nene coming out trying to check on her and see what's going on with her, why she had to act the way she acted, stormed out and getting all huffy and puffy. I'm like, but this same lady didn't even invite you to her wedding, boo. And of course, Nene brings it back up to her in that form and fashion and bring her back to the table where the other women are saying, you owe 1,000 for this person, but you didn't even get invited to her wedding for her and you to be such ace boon coons and you trying to take up for and this, that, and third. But I go a little further. No, her father wasn't even asked to come to the wedding. Okay, we're gonna forget the mama because they don't have a good relationship anyway. But if her mother and father were not asked to join her in her celebration of love with her husband that she plans to only have in this lifetime, that's a little shadier than Cynthia not getting the invitation and the rest of you lovely women. Okay? So, and I said, Cynthia is not acting herself. Even her daughter acts older and make rational decisions, as a responsible adult. So, I'm just going to have to say, I just don't know what and where we need to go with Cynthia and Candy and Porsha. I mean, they are the weakest links. Candy offers us nothing. Not really far as entertainment. unless she's gonna put her family involved, and that's the old lady gang or something coming up with her and Todd, which I don't ever want to, because you know they're married. You don't want to wish bad on anybody's marriages or relationships. So I don't think she can offer me is contact with the old LG gang, and they cutting up. Other than that, she doesn't give me entertainment. Cynthia, okay, if we don't have no way of sneaking in here and there, nothing. And then we have Porsha. We don't need stupidity in here nowhere. So, nothing. You see where I'm going? They need to make Marlo a full-time person. At least she can have that same high caliber and she could keep Nene in check pretty much. She could be the ace boom coon dog. Then Nene, then Kenya. And then we make a roll with something. Because between them three, they'll kick up, they kick up anything and start a tornado tsunami that we can, be entertained from. But the rest of them, they not giving me nothing, y'all. They not giving me nothing. But anyway, I dragged it out as long as I could on this episode, which was we're in season 10, of course, and episode 6, All Aboard the Shady Express. Hope y'all enjoyed it. We'll talk to you all next week for more Real Housewives of Atlanta, guys. Y'all take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.